What is going on, everybody? Woods vs. Wild. This is part 2 of our DIY pond filter. I'm sorry it took so long to get another video out, but the weather has not been cooperating. But let's jump right into it and let me show you what I did. Okay, so we still have an algae problem here. Not great, but it's not bad. It's not where I want it to be, but we'll see what happens. I did get the filter all squared away. I just have to cover up some piping, as you can see, and play with some PVC, move some stuff around a little bit. And, well, there's the cat. Coming in, check it out. But we are going to see if this makes any kind of difference in the water quality. But let me show you what I did. Okay. Alright. So, very, very simple. All we did was, well, not we, all I did was I ran my pump, had it come up, comes behind, comes up, and I was actually having too much water come in. So what I did was I shortened this, and I did the other spitter here had holes coming out on this side as well. I didn't like that because it was kind of coming out this way and then this way a little bit too much. So what I decided to do was just one small bar, one small spray bar. I got pillow foam in here, filter fiber, whatever you want to call it. And you can see that it is catching some stuff. I actually just plugged it in. I want to be home for an entire day before I let it run. I don't want to come home to any water loss or anything like that. So this here was the tricky part. The filter fiber kept getting stuck inside of the tube, which is no good. So I had a piece of hardware cloth or chicken wire, whatever you have, and I cut it out to this shape here, which fit perfectly here. I kind of wedged it in there, put some rocks in here, and basically what that's doing is, well, my filter's farting. It just kind of keeps all of this out, you know, at bay. I tuck that in there, and I mean, there's really no reason for this here to be filtered. It's going through this and then it's working its way over. So I'm not really sure how I like this. It's a prototype. If I see results, then I'll make a better one. I have a layer of lava rock underneath all of this, which I guess I can show you. Ooh, that's cold. Regular rocks and lava rocks. The lava rock is under a screen. I did want to separate the lava rock from the filter media, so when I go to change this out, I don't have to be digging through both pieces. And yeah, so I have it silicone here on both sides. The problem I'm having is my pump is pulling in too much water, and I think I might have used a bigger piece. So what I did was I used a bigger piece of PVC down here than I did here, because I never want this to overflow. The problem that gives is you are now losing more water than you're putting in, which is a double-edged sword. So I'm never going to worry about this flooding now, but at the same time, it's having a hard time keeping the water level where it needs to be, and sometimes that siphon kind of breaks. You can see it like that, kind of swirling, and when that happens, it starts sucking air, and that's when you get that little fart that comes out of it, little squeal. But it's very quiet. When we put the lid back on, you'll hear a difference. So that's without the lid. And with the lid. So it does definitely make a hell of a difference. I do want to cover this all up here because it looks bad and nobody wants their pond to look like crap. I was thinking, depending on where I decide to direct my water flow, I have a nice waterfall. It's pushing water this way, it's going out, and then that's pushing it right down into the skimmer. So, in theory, it's double circulation, but we'll see what happens. I do like it. I like the basic design. My hands are getting red because the water is so cold. So I'm obviously not going to do anything with it today. We're going to be into the 50s in the next couple days. So we'll wait. But if we look here, there are my rosy red minnows. There's about a dozen in here. They're pretty neat. I'm going to try to breed those in the pond and see what happens. So they're just hanging out. They're actually doing better than the koi are doing right now. The koi are just sitting there and the rosies are actively swimming, so I'm not surprised. I do use them as ice fishing bait as well. But I'll show you the skimmer box here. Don't mind the pond, guys. It's a little bit under construction here and there. But, well, I don't know how well you can see all that. I don't want to turn anything off, but it's not too clogged, so we're going to let that go. Usually I take my little net here and I'll zoom out. There we go. Usually, anyway, I'm sorry about that. Usually I'll take my net and I'll kind of go in there and dig out my junk. A little bit of filter fiber, but that's okay. The skimmer basket goes in there as well, but until pond season actually gets rolling, I don't need all that right now. Just makes more work for myself. But yeah, just easy peasy. And then I put a nice ornamental rock over it so you can't see that tetra, because I'm not really a tetra fan. And I guess we'll show you the other project we got going on over here. Yard is turning into mud, so I gotta watch where I step. Whew, it's getting cold. As soon as that sun goes down, it gets cold. This mess here, you guys probably remember, trying to make a little quarantine system for my tilapia and my koi. Not sure exactly what we're gonna do, but I haven't figured it out yet. But basically, we're gonna have water come through here, filter, drop down, and that's all I know right now. I have a lot of stuff here that I could use. I haven't really decided what I want to do. Being there's so many opportunities, I could do something here like I had before and have it kind of come over. I don't know. But that's what I got going on. It's cold. I'm cold. I'm going inside. I've had about enough for today. But overall, that's the filter, guys. Like I told you in the last video, there's not much to it. It's really just come down to dry fitting everything, and most important thing, I siliconed. I picked up a tube of silicone and I blasted it with silicone because we don't want any leaks, and we don't want any issues with that, because if you wake up and there's 2 feet of water missing from your pond, you got problems. We don't need problems. So yeah, that's the DIY filter. We'll zip back over here and I'll show you one more time. Not too bad. I like it. If I plant like a nice bush here, move these rocks out, put a bush there, you won't even see it. So that's what we got going on. Like I said, it costs me under $50 to make. Maybe I could even paint that PVC black, I don't know. This is Woods. It's been wild. I'll see you on the next one.